I'm in Salad, and I'm in the Antarctica, and I saw The Thing, 1982 version. It's directed by John Carpenter, and it's really cold here, so if you haven't seen this movie, spoilers, all the spoilers. Alright, let me tell you, this movie starts with there's a helicopter. Okay, first of all, I really gotta talk about the establishing shots. The establishing shots are like really cool because it's really showing you the sense of how just desolate and abandoned, not so much abandoned, but like definitely not near people. And it's all the establishing shots just show this cool little research facility and just out in the middle of a bunch of snow. It's super fun. This is going to be taking place at this facility, and there's a helicopter there. The helicopter is chasing this dog. I'm like, oh boy, what's this dog doing in the middle of the snow? And there's a helicopter chasing it, trying to shoot it down. And I'm like, don't shoot the dog. Please don't shoot the dog. No. No. But like, the helicopter is kind of taken care of for himself because it goes kablowy. And I'm just thinking, why is the helicopter trying to shoot this dog? Why? What's going on? No, it's a beautiful dog. First of all, it's so beautiful. I love the fur color of this dog. They find that these helicopter was a Norwegian from another research facility. So they go to this research facility and they find just a bunch of ruins there. Everything has been burnt. There's a bunch of frozen corpses there. And there's this cool little like underground area where the Norwegians have found this chunk of ice and they cut out something from this chunk of ice. I'm like, okay, so something is amongst us, just something. What is going on? Well, we do also see they discover a cool little alien ship, and it's like, okay, well, there's an alien here. That's not good. The cool little dog is just kind of walking all over the place. It's just walking about, just a couple of shots of the dog, and I'm like, oh, cute little dog. What are you up to, dog? You better not be up to no good. Of course, one of the guys is like, okay, we gotta put this dog in a kennel, right? Okay, put the dog in a kennel. Then pretty much that dog turns into something ungodly. I don't know how to describe it. It can only be properly described as The Thing because it is slimy. The amount of tentacles it has are like vines, but not like octopus tentacles. It's slimy, just gory grossness, and when I saw this thing, I was like, oh no, please, burn it, please burn it. I want it to be gone, I want it to be completely burned. It's so unsettling, and it starts just absorbing the dogs. For a second, I thought it was like eating the dogs, but no, it like coats some of the dogs in some weird green goo-like substance, and it just assimilates dogs. But it takes a long time for this process to happen, and so one of the researchers checks up on the dogs, and they're like, oh my goodness gracious, all the dogs are barking. I open the cage. What a big brain idea it is to open up a cage with no light on. I'm just like, dude, come on, there's a thing in there. At least bring a flashlight. And please do not open the door if it's just like no light. And then you let dogs trample you, and then the thing is just like there and trying to keep the door open, and you close the door on the thing, and I'm like, ugh, it's so gross. It is so gross. Alright, well, now they have to deal with the thing, which is, first of all, they take the flamethrower and they flame it right. And then they extinguish the flames. And I'm like, let it burn. Just let it burn. It's ungodly. Just let it burn. Of course, because they didn't let it burn enough, and they like take it out of this place. They put it in some weird area that isn't the fire, and instead has a chance to take another teammate. There's a big brain idea. Hey, let's go test all the blood from everyone, including the Thing, and see who is the Thing. Let's see like how everyone's blood reacts to this heat wire. And that's an idea for a lot of the movie, but isn't executed until like 2/3 way in. But there's stuff that happens before that point, though. Well, Blair, he is like super paranoid about this thing assimilating everyone, because when he steals a bunch of these research papers from when he looked at the other research facility, and he used that information, typed it into his little cool computer that's like, hey, you have a 75% chance of this thing assimilating everyone. And I'm like, whoa, this thing is really powerful. I don't want to be assimilated by it. Please do not assimilate me, Thing. I would be very much appreciated. But of course, Blair is like super paranoid, and so he just starts hacking at things. Hack at these control panels in these various vehicles, hack at the radios. Now, no one can talk to anyone or escape. I think that's a correct move, but everyone's like, Blair, what is wrong with you? And they stick him outside. And there's a couple of scenes where they do check up on Blair, and he made himself a noose. I'm like, I'm thinking Blair is the Thing. That I was really thinking that, like, when he just starts out of nowhere just hacking at a bunch of things, and I'm just like, I don't trust you, Blair. Blair is now out in the shack. He's cold, obviously. Now we get to deal with, there's this assimilation. Now everybody's attacking each other, everyone's fighting with each other because they don't know who else to trust, and I'm like, please do not split up. There's some grand ideas to split up, like, hey, you and I are gonna go outside and check up on this thing. And I'm like, that's not a good idea. I don't know. Please don't. At least have 3 people in a group. And, you got people protesting like, hey, no, please. You gotta have strength in numbers. Eventually, there is some strength in numbers. There are some moments where some people do leave. They get murdered and burned. Like, there's this one person who is found outside burned. And it's like, okay, well, I'm glad he's dead. It's one less person to account for. I mean, it's really sad, but you got a Thing living amongst us. You don't know who to trust. And also, I gotta mention that Blair killed all those dogs, and it made me really sad. I was like, Blair, I understand why you might think this is a good idea. This is why I think you're the Thing, is because you killed all those dogs. You might have assimilated them into your noggin. Then we get to see a lot of people just fighting, killing each other, dying. The Thing does eventually assimilate. Let me get back to when they're talking about blood. The big old blood idea. Hey, let's go test this blood. Just some cool blood chilling in a storage unit amongst our blood. Well, they go to the blood stash, and the blood has been drained, so now the leader, who has the key, is no longer to be trusted. There's just like scalpels being like thrown on each other, and then because somebody comes running at another person with a scalpel, they then are shot and die, which is probably a good fate for them. Honestly, just seeing that everybody's going to die, might as well die early, so you don't have to deal with anything else. Everyone is split out. Looks like the generator is literally gone. And turns out there's an alien ship that the parts are being repaired with a bunch of just random parts from the research facility. And so they burn that. And there's a couple more bodies that they burn. Like there's this, like one of the monsters that is just kind of living amongst them. First, within the blood test, they do encounter one of the things out of the 6 of them. And then that thing infects another person, and then they have to torch them. Another one where oh, there's somebody looks like they're dying, we gotta go resuscitate them, and then they go to resuscitate them, and then this is the spookiest moment ever in this film. The stomach just is now a hole, and then they put their hands into that hole, the resuscitator, and with the hand in the hole, it's like I'm so afraid of just putting my hand in holes, because I'm afraid, what if the hand closes on my arms and eats me like they did in The Thing, and that person ends up dying, and I'm like, no! Oh, it's so gross, so gruesome. They burn, but a part of their body just goes slithering away, and then they assimilate another person, and they all their whips, wildly vine things go it's super fun. Just seeing that one die, I'm like, yeah, die! You need to die so badly. We get to a point where there's not that many people left. Blair is out, Blair has escaped, and Blair is actually a thing, and he assimilates one of the guys, and then they're going to detonate this entire place. Well, that guy really just wants to go to sleep, Well, let's heat things up a little bit for him. Let's blow this entire place up. So they throw a bunch of these Molotov cocktails, and it's super fun. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the last thing that you're going to experience. Of course, you're just going to do, explode things, because exploding things are fun. Exploding things, setting up the detonator, and looks like one of the guys got. And turns out, oh no, the Thing's here, we're gonna get you. So it sets the entire place up in TNT, the bam, bam, and a bunch of explosions just go kablam! Ah, yeah. The entire research facility is now gone. It's awesome. It's also awesome. Now we get 2 people left. Childs in Mac ready. Haha, he's Mac ready for death. And he's just kind of sitting there with Childs. They're like, well, if any of us are the Thing, we'll soon know it. But it doesn't really matter, let's just drink some whiskey about it. And then they drink the whiskey and they watch the place burn. That's it. That's the movie. I really like the end of that movie, because it's like, no, there's no survivors. I'm also thinking the other research facility was charred. They tried to do the same thing with the Thing, but failed, but tried to shoot it with a helicopter and also failed. So another research facility has tried to burn the Thing, and the Thing has stayed. Also turns out the Thing has been in the ice for a while, and the ice was uncovered and thawed, and then they woke up. They've been around for a while. Oh man, I really gotta talk about the cinematography here. Oh my goodness, it's so delicious. I say delicious because you got nice little shots. It's just slight pans, but it's showing all the action in the room. Or you even got just a bunch of cool aerial shots of the facility. Or the colors are super pretty. There's a lot of moments where you got pink lighting and blue lighting outside, and when they're going out and about, it's just awesome. It's so cool. I love it. I love just the amount of colors that they used. And now that I'm mentioning the amount of colors that they used, I also gotta remember that there's a lot of scenes where people are outside. Two people go outside and one person comes in, and I'm just thinking the entire time, oh, that person is the Thing. Do not let them in. Please do not let them in. Just leave them outside. Die. But the real monster was inside in the entire time. Oh man, The Thing, just such a devastating ending. I gotta give this movie a solid 9.2 out of 10. If you liked this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know. My goal of the channel is to become an expert movie watcher. So request a movie in the comments below, or request a movie directly at patreon.com/ASCpresents. For $20 a month, you get one movie review per 1 month. So go check out patreon.com/ASCpresents. If you want to see my NSFW adult content, go to this link tree right here. You'll like it a lot. Until next time, a mint salad saw. I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.